Have you ever switched from dual forms to a traditional freeform brush application and ended up with bulky, uneven nails that lifted at the sidewalls in less than a week? Or maybe you've looked at your natural nails and wondered if a medium viscosity gel could actually keep them strong without snapping. You aren't alone. Most nail techs struggle with freeform builder gel because they don't know how to manipulate the product to lift downgrown nails or how to properly reinforce hidden structural damage. Today I'm going to show you a two-step brush technique that builds up an expansive natural look under 2 hours. And I'm going to share a chemical testing secret that will completely change how you choose your base coat to prevent severe allergies forever. If you want pristine, salon quality structures that look incredibly rich, let's get into the details. Hello everyone and welcome back to the studio. Sit down, clear your mind and let's master our craft today. This video is kindly sponsored by Manicure, our favorite Norwegian brand. They've sent over a selection of premium base coats, top coats and their new flexi gels for us to evaluate. Today we're taking these beautiful grown out nails from last session, you remember that deep brown glitter gel polish, and transforming them into an ultra natural expensive looking set featuring a delicate pink transparent gel with a minimalist foil design. And guys, you will not believe this, but we are not using dual forms today. We're executing a completely free-form brush application. First, let's look at the specific tool arsenal required for this technique. Black carbide removal bit for swift, cool product removal. Flame diamond bit for precise, clean pocket creation. Ball diamond bit for safe, seamless cuticle polishing. Thin specialty carbide bit for cleaning and tapering the underside architecture. 180 grit file with a stainless steel metal base for crisp perimeter shaping, and a metal pusher and premium nippers for mechanical skin prep. As professionals, we begin by disinfecting the hands and preparing our workspace. Now, let's address the core question. What is the mechanical difference between a dual form application and a free-form brush application? If your natural nails grow downwards, like my index finger does, you have to manually correct the architecture. With the dual form, it's simple, because the internal mold forces the gel to lift the free edge automatically. With a free-form brush application, you are the architect. You have to guide the product to lift that lower free edge yourself. This typically requires a strategic two-step application. First, building up the free edge to correct the downward slope, and second, overlaying the apex and structure. However, today I am using a reversed fluid management technique. I am applying a controlled, self-leveling layer across the entire nail body first, and then immediately coming back to add the missing product right on the free edge to lift the profile. Notice that I'm not filing away the natural free edge before applying the gel. This is a highly deliberate tactic for short to medium salon extensions. If you leave your natural nail free edge completely intact, apply your gel overlay and then execute your final filing. Get a beautiful clean thickness right at the absolute center at the free edge. You can then take your e-file bit under the nail, file out the natural nail entirely, and leave a flawless custom-molded gel edge. This completely eliminates internal natural nail curling and prevents underside lifting for the entire month. I removed approximately 80% of the old material down to a safe, thin base. I noticed something critical here. The lateral side walls on the couple of my nails were structurally weak, showing stress fractures right at the middle zone. If you see a hairline fracture or a weakened side wall, you cannot simply lay product over it and hope for the best. It will break, crack, and fail under mechanical stress. We will address the reinforcement steps shortly, but notice how smooth this surface must be. When you are doing a freeform brush application, a perfectly smooth base is even more vital than it is under a dual form. If your base is bumpy or uneven, your fresh overlay will puddle into the valleys, creating a bulky profile. We want speed, efficiency, and structural perfection right from initial brush strokes. Look at my natural thumbnail as the old product comes off. I was absolutely shocked to see how long my natural nail beds are underneath. I have been wearing enhancements non-stop for 10 years without a single break. They do not need to breathe, guys. That is a complete myth. Nails receive their oxygen and nutrients from the bloodstream through the matrix, not from the air. This is living proof that gel enhancements are entirely safe for long-term wear, provided you follow rigorous mechanical steps, respect the anatomy of the nail plate, and never compromise on chemical safety. Keep in mind, a freeform brush application will absolutely fail if you have overfiled or thinned out your lateral stress points. If your sidewalls are completely missing, you must rebuild them first using a jewel form or a paper form to bridge the gap. In my case, my walls were anatomically intact but required advanced structural reinforcement. Before we touch our structural gels, we must complete our skin prep. Because we're using a freeform brush technique, our workflow changes. I will not be filing or refining near the cuticle area after the gel is applied today. I want the gel to flow flawlessly and melt flush into the nail. Therefore, I'm performing a 100% complete mechanical manicure right now. I use the flame diamond bit to clear the pterygium and create pristine deep pocket. If you are still intimidated by the e-file, if you fear damaging your natural nail or causing friction burns on yourself or your clients, don't worry. I'm currently filming a comprehensive, deeply technical e-file manicure masterclass that launches very soon, focusing specifically on safe elite-level machine handling, so stay tuned for that. I trim the non-living tissue with my nippers and immediately follow up with a ball diamond bit on a low RPMs to polish the proximal fold and lateral folds until the skin looks like airbrushed porcelain. Since Macchiaria sent over their new base coats, top coats, and medium viscosity flexi gels, I want to conduct a professional chemical assessment regarding their acidity levels. To do this, I'm using a tool every professional should have in their studio: Universal Indicator Paper, pH strips, which you can easily source from your local pharmacy. This indicator strip measures exactly how acidic a liquid product is. We perform this test predominantly on base coats because the base coat is the sole layer that directly bonds with the living keratin cells of your natural nail plate. So why does this matter to a nail technician? You routinely hear about acid or non-acid primers because manufacturers print it directly on the bottle. But with builder gels and base coats, brands almost never disclose the exact chemical acidity levels. You have to test it yourself before risking chemical burns or long-term allergen sensitization on the client. Generally, low acidity or neutral base coats are the safest for normal, healthy or dry nail plates. Highly acidic formulations are typically reserved for hyper-damaged, heavily oily, or hyperhidrosis nail profiles because the high acid content violently etches into the nail plate to force a bond. However, prolonged exposure to highly acidic formulas can thin the natural nail over time and trigger severe acrylate allergies. So let's look at the live test result of the Macchiaria lineup alongside our prep solutions. Dehydrator shows 0 acid content. That's how it should be. It strictly evaporates moisture safely. Acid-free primer shows pH level 6, which is a moderate medium acidity. Despite being labeled acid-free, it contains tracking acrylates to create a chemical anchor, but it's safe for regular use. Base Coat Pro showed pH 5, moderate acid, a balanced but higher acidity profile, excellent for flexible, thin or problematic nails, but must be applied mindfully. Rubber Base Coat, pH 3 to 4, lower acidity for enhanced adhesion. perfectly safe for standard nail plates, and glossy top coat shows pH 6 to 7, which is a moderate neutral. Since top coat never makes contact with a natural nail plate or living tissue, its acidity doesn't really matter. How can you use this chemical knowledge to your advantage? Well, let's say you purchased a cheap builder gel or a POLYGEL from AliExpress. It smells intensely chemical, and you suspect it contains a high concentration of aggressive acrylates that could cause an allergic reaction. And if you don't have an alternative product on hand and must use it, you can safeguard your client's health by applying a flawless, verified low-acidity base coat first, like the Base Coat Pro or a thin layer of rubber base. Cure that safe layer completely for 60 seconds to act as an absolute chemical shield. As long as that cheap gel rests solely on top of your premium, fully cured base shield and never contacts the natural nail plate or the skin, you drastically minimize the risk of chemical injury or allergy induction. Now, let's clean the hands thoroughly with our cleansing solution to remove all refined dust, the surface oil, and the residual skin moisture. We want a pristine canvas, as always. I start by applying a micro-thin layer of the Base Coat Pro directly from the bottle across all 10 nails, scrubbing it into the keratin fibers, ensuring that every single microscopic ridge of the natural nail is completely sealed. Remember guys, any dry spot left behind is a future pocket of air just waiting to turn into a lifting disaster. Once the foundation is scrubbed in perfectly, we cure it under the lamp for 60 seconds. Now we move on to the building of our nails. For this set, I am using a flexi gel. To make sure the sides don't break, I apply a thin layer of gel and put pieces of fiberglass on the breaking points. They all must be in gel before you cure it. Then I pick up a medium-sized bead and place it on the nail, using light floating strokes to guide the material. Before heating the lamp, I flip the hand upside down for about 5 to 10 seconds. This allows gravity to pull the gel right into the center, automatically self-leveling itself. With our structure beautifully set, we wipe away the sticky inhibition layer. I take my 180 grit hand file and crisp up our sidewalls and free edge, keeping our lines completely sharp and intentional. To finish, we apply a little foil for the design, and at the end, our high gloss top coat. We cure for 1 last minute, and just look at that! It is clean, structurally sound, and absolutely built to last. We complete our service by massaging a drop of nourishing cuticle oil into the surrounding skin, restoring moisture from that e-file prep. If you want to master these structural building techniques and understand the exact chemistry behind it, make sure to look through the other lessons on my channel. I have a whole playlist dedicated to advanced gel structures and manicures that will completely change the way you look at your prep. What was the biggest takeaway from this application guide? Was it the scrubbing technique, or flipping the hand for gravity leveling, or the chemistry? Let me know in the comments below. And subscribe so you never miss our weekly guides. And I'll see you in the next one.